Excellent. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the hustings for the role of president at Hertfordshire Students' Union. I'm delighted to see you all. My name is Rebecca. I'm the Chief Executive of the Students' Union, and I oversee the work of the staff team, and I help support the officer team. And also today on the call, we've got Karthik. Karthik, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Rebecca. Hi, everybody. Good evening. I'm Karthik, the current president, and I wish you all good luck for your race.
That's really nice. And yeah, good luck from me too, I should say. So just a little bit about the format today. Like I said, the session's being recorded. I've got a couple of rules to take you through, and then Karthik and I will each have a question for you that all candidates will be given an opportunity to answer, but we'll go into detail about that a little bit more. But before I start going through the rules, does anyone have any questions for me? Faraj.
Hi, just wanted to ask you if this recorded section is going to be published.
Yes, it will be part of the communications materials for the elections. Great stuff. All right, we'll make a start. We're going to go through the rules and then we'll get the questions underway. So the first one, and I've put a note in the chat about these, candidates, please keep your cameras on where possible and keep your microphones on mute unless you're speaking, which you've all done, which is fantastic. Each candidate will be given 2 minutes to answer the question that's asked, and the moderator will time this. I'm the moderator. You will be muted after 2 minutes, no matter what, even if you are mid-sentence. So please keep it to 2 minutes. However, I will type in the chat when 10 seconds are remaining, so you do have a bit of a heads up that your time is coming to an end. And then we'll have to move on to the next one. We will definitely have time for 2 questions. We may have time for a third. I'll put a little note in the chat. The other thing I will do is I will paste the question that you've been asked in the chat as well, so you can have that to refer to. For the first question, we are going to go alphabetically by first name in descending order. So we're going to start looking at this list. We're going to start with Kaylee. And then on the second question, we'll work backwards. So again, I'll put a little note in the chat so you know what order you're going in. It's just to not put anyone on the spot both times. We thought that was a little unfair. Fantastic. So with that, we're going to get underway. And my first question for you is, and like I say, we're starting with Kaylee. If you were asked by the university to talk about the top 3 issues students are facing today, what would you tell them? And you've got 2 minutes.
Definitely. Thanks, Rebecca. It's a really interesting question. And I think it would depend on the type of person that you're speaking to. So from our international students currently, it would be fees and access to equipment and things like that. For our placement students, it's access to testing, vaccines, and practical sessions. But as we all know, we all have issues currently with our mental health, and these are one of the biggest topics that we would want to kind of target. And with this, the university, we would want to collaborate with them, approaching the Dean of Students office when it comes to student well-being. Within placement students, it would be the health and social work, education, and creative arts as well, and LMS. And with international students, it would be going to potentially creating a network of international students too, as well as the societies, while collaborating with the international team and creating things like pre-arrival guides that are student friendly, and actually talking to the current international students that are here to develop those things. So they would be the 3 core topics that I would say are kind of on the students' minds at the moment.
Thank you very much, Kaylee. And that was under your 2 minutes, so well done.
1:30.
Good stuff. Moving on next to Nayan Kumar. Same question.
Nayan, you're on mute.
Hello everyone. Hello Karthik. Hello Rebecca. So the main 3 topics I would like to cover if I got a chance to be a student union elected officer The first thing I would like to cover about the mental health that is one of the greatest issue right now, and also the second thing I would like to cover that we have more than 120 society in Earth. So combining all that society and uniting them to work for the university, so we can get a better result for more things. And also, I would like to change the environment. Means there are different diverse students in our university. So we have many cultures students from all over the world. So I think I should be more disciplined and determined and also dedicated to all the uh, university students from different diverse culture. And also the third thing um, I would like to go on, that is to recognize the main core problems and also to distill the situation, whatever the effective solution I can find about it. And also, I would like to make all the students and all the staff members will be more adaptive and flexible with the surrounding environment so that they can easily take help of each other, and also all the students can easily take help of any students or any student representative and any staff member very easily.
Excellent, thank you. And also well under 2 minutes. Fantastic, good job.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Next up, we have Prashant. Oh, Prashant, you're on mute, please. There you go.
Prashant, you're on mute.
Hi, Rebecca and Karthik. Hi, here, Prashant. Yeah, I'm going to face some problems in the university, which are the like placement is one of the main issue for the international students who are coming from India and any other countries where there many students coming for here. That the main issue was facing for the one is placement. And one more thing I want to say, the online classes are facing, many are facing problems. Many people are thinking to do a face-to-face classes here coming, and like a distance education is going. That's is a problem. And one more thing I want to say for rent. Hello.
We can hear you, Prashant.
Yeah. These are the problems I want to say. That's
okay.
Thank you.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Rhiannon. Same questions, 2 minutes for you as well.
Hello. So I think the top issue currently is the mental health. I know a lot of students are facing a lot of mental health difficulties due to the pandemic, due to like student loneliness and the fact that they can't see people face to face. And I think the university is under such, there's so many students trying to reach out for help that I think that this needs to be changed, and there needs to be more facilities for students to get that help, because when you're in a mental health crisis, you need that help there and then. You don't want to wait to get that sorted. I know another key issue is a lot of international students are facing a lot of issues with their studies, and they feel that they're not getting the adequate support, especially when coming to the country initially. They feel that they're not getting that support when they enter the UK, and this definitely needs to be resolved. And I think that there should be more, what's the word? There needs to be more communication with them before they arrive in the country. I know a lot of students are having issues with accommodation and things like that. And then I also think that there is a lot of issues with sort of the internet poverty, where students are having difficulties being able to access these online sessions due to not having Wi-Fi at home or things like that. And I think that if blended learning is to continue into next year, which it might do depending on the pandemic, this definitely needs to be sorted by the uni to make sure that all students have the ability to access their education fairly. Yeah.
Great job, Rhiannon. Thank you very much. You guys are really doing a good job of smashing this 2-minute target, so thank you. Next up, same question. We've got Srikar.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Yeah. So, like basically, we have three issues. We need three issues. Like what I am saying is many students are facing three issues. Like I'm gonna point it out. Firstly, the international students are not getting more information what they are required regarding coursework or regarding modules or regarding anything. And one more thing, which is a placement, and students are not getting more information about placements and stuff. And they should be, and there's a little bit there should be more engagement with the students union and the students when like if there's anything like sorry, if there is anything if the students union posted anything regarding a review about the students union, so like many students are not engaging into that. That needs to be improved. And regarding accommodations which were faced by, and regarding accommodations, students are facing many issues regarding the rents, which are very high at this COVID situation. And students are, and many things like these. And one more thing, and students are requesting for face-to-face lectures. That needs to be improved as well. That's it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Srikar. Very good. And last, we've got Viraj. Thank you for waiting so patiently.
Hi, thank you. First of all, there are a lot of issues has been arising within the last 12 months, but these are I think, according to me, are the top three. First of all, being value for money. Students have been questioning the university about, the high fees, plus they're getting online education and not in person classes. That has reduced the quality of education according to students. So value for money is the top. The second one is online learning. A lot of students, no one was ready for this one. And suddenly we had to adapt to online learning. Even the tutors were not ready for this. And a lot of students are facing difficulties understanding the lecturer. Even when they ask questions, they are being ignored. So I would say the second one would be the online learning, which is an issue and also a challenge. The third one is quite debatable for me, but I'm going to go with the employment opportunities. As we were in the pandemic, we're trying to get out still. The employment is also disrupted, the market. There are not a lot of jobs available, especially for international students. I feel that is a big hit on their career, and also decreases their confidence to get out in the market to look for the jobs. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Viraj. Now I'm just going to take a minute to message the students in the waiting room, because we've got two more potential officers waiting in the waiting room. They will be permitted, and then all of you will be asked the second question. So just bear with me for 1 second. Excellent. Welcome, Mariam, and welcome, Mokshash. This is obviously the President Hustings, the Hustings for the President role. Just a couple of ground rules we wanted to take you through. Firstly, can you please mute yourself when you are not speaking? But we've got a few of us on the call today. So the way the format is going to work is Karthik is going to ask you the second question now. I will also type the question in the chat. We'll be going in reverse alphabetical order by first name. With the first question, we went in alphabetical order by first name. So first to answer the question on this next occasion will be Viraj, and we'll go through from there. Each candidate will have 2 minutes to answer the question. You will be cut off at the 2-minute mark, although you'll be pleased to hear that no one went over the 2-minute mark for the first question. But we will give you a 10-second warning for the first if you are approaching the end of that 2-minute mark. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, but if not, we'll make a start. But I did forget to mention, sorry, we will be muting you at the 2-minute mark if you do go over. So I'm afraid you will be cut off, but we haven't had to do it yet. Any questions before we go into the second question? Fantastic. Karthik, take us away.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. So, hi everyone. The second question is, Rebecca, there are 2 more. Are we allowing them or else? Okay. So the second question, okay, I'm making start. Is it okay?
Karthik, let me just explain the rule one more time to the candidates that just entered. Mohammed, hi, welcome. I'm not sure if you can hear us. We've just gone through the first question. We're now moving into the second question. The way the format is going to work is Karthik will ask you a question. I'll also put a note of the question in the chat. You'll be given 2 minutes to answer the question. At that 2-minute mark, you will be cut off, but I will give you a 10-second warning if you're about to approach it. With the first question, no one hit that 2-minute mark, mind you. So yeah, from there, we'll take it away, and I'm going to hand us back over to Karthik now.
Okay, thank you. So the second question is, tell us why you would make a good president.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Okay, so I repeat again. Tell us why you would make a good president.
Okay, so basically, I've been in this university since 2012. This was the first time I've ever went abroad and studied in a massive university like this, especially in UK. I've seen the student union. I saw the changes that they made. I've lived through the changes. You know, while living through the changes as a student, I also had some of the thoughts of my own that could benefit the new student that would be coming the next year. And I believe when I came back for my master's, this was the opportunity that I saw that I could implement and help build a better experience for the students and the new students coming up. So yeah, these are my thoughts.
Okay, thank you.
Next up, we've got Srikar.
Srikar, the question is same. Tell us why you would make a good president.
Yeah, like when I came at in the university, I am an international students who came from India. So when I came at the university, it was very fantastic regarding which is face-to-face lectures and everything. So it's like I would like to be the face of international students and national students who are studying in university as well. So can you repeat with the question, Karthik, if you don't mind? Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Like, tell us why you would make a good president.
Okay. So I came in 2019. I saw many students who are in the university and who are coming to the university as well, and as well as in 2020. So it's been 1.5 years. As I'm a bachelor student, for the upcoming generation, I could be like, I want to stand up from the crowd to face the issues which are facing by the students and everyone. So in the university. So I want to voice out there on behalf of them. So that would be great opportunity for them. Becoming a president is so rewarding, especially when you see the change and impact that you have having on the students during their time at the university. So like, that's it. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Srikar. Okay, next up, we've got Rhiannon.
Hello. So I think I'd make a good president because I have previously been a student rep at my time at university, and this year I've been a school community organizer for the law school. So I've already kind of taken that step up, and I've not only the voice for just my cohort, but I'm the voice for my entire law school. So I have experience in, raising concerns and taking it higher up. I also work for the emergency services, so I have that ability to work quickly, and I can provide advice and support in sort of life and death situations. So with something like this, I would be able to, provide that support quickly. I'm also would say that I'm quite confident, and I'm, very happy to be raise all the concerns, and I will, ensure that student voices are advocated for at the end of the day, no matter where they've come from. And yeah, I just feel that I'm quite a friendly and bubbly personality as well. And, I want to be everybody's friend at the end of the day. So I think that's quite a good quality to have as a president. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks, Rhiannon. Next up, we've got Prashanth. Oh, Prashanth, you're on mute.
Hi, now it was clear. Yeah. I strongly believe that the peoples of the persons, when it comes to the leadership activities, because I realized my strength in dealing with the people of administrations when I was in a vice president in dealing with the people of the graduation. Was when I got an opportunity to develop my political skills, issues with the enhancement of my leadership's qualities to give the president role. So I was to become a good president.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Prashanth.
Thank you.
Next, we've got Nayan Kumar.
The main quality I would like to tell about a president should have that it should have a maturity and positive attributes towards all the students, so that and also he or she should be easily available so that the student can directly approach him or her. Also, as a point of my view, I firmly believe in world family, and also I came from a place which is having a diverse culture. So I believe, and I would like to change this word "I" into "we" and make this whole Hertfordshire University as a one family. Also, president should have a quality where every student who are in a dire need of anything, says academic consultation, any guidance, or any career direction, he or she should be easily available and guide him or her in a proper direction, so that the student can get, or the offspring can get a proper idea what he or she has to do. Also, president should always stand against the atrocity and the injustice whichever is carried out against any students from any society or any background, or any I can say from different not only the students but also the student council members, the teachers should always encourage the students for the innovative ideas, and which will help the students for the betterment of the society. And also, the main thing I would like to say that president should have a immense positive moral and outlooks towards the life, so that they can not guide themselves but also guide the students who are behind them.
Excellent. Just got in under the wire with my first 10-second warning, but well done. You got it in 2 minutes. Good stuff. Next up is Mohammed Saad.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Perfection does not exist in the world we live. Many of you sitting here have got much more qualities than me, but I would love to say that here that I've started my journey at Hearts like 3.5 years back when I got here for the first time doing my bachelor's in law. So all the problems that the international students face, on the top of them is mental health. I've been through all the problems that any international student can face. And the other thing is, back home, I've represented the students in my college as well. And when I got here, I was the NUS delegate for the term 2019 and 2020 as well. And the person who is representing the university students should be more confident and should be well aware of the problems that the students can face. And the other thing is, the University of Hertfordshire is my home, away from home, and I would love to work for my home, and I would love to make the experience of the university better for the next year. COVID-19 has hit the economy and the students and everyone in the country. So for this year, the students are expecting more from the university and the union than ever before. So I can acknowledge the problems that the students are facing, and as a president, we will be taking the problems of the students to the higher management of the university. I would love to represent the students to acknowledging their problems and to bringing it up to the higher management of the university. That's all from me. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. My second 10-second warning, but again, you got it just in under the wire. Well done. Good stuff. Moving swiftly on, Moksha, you're up next.
Hi, I would like to say that I would be the person. Sorry, can you please put the question back? I've just got a bit nervous.
Okay. Tell us why you would make a good president, Moksha.
I would make a good president because I'm easily approachable and a friendly person, and I aim to get the student voicing concerns to the highest level in the university. And I want to make a difference in the current system as well that is going on, so that students can have it's amazing right now, but I want to make it even better since COVID has impacted most of the students mentally and financially. With laying down with an example, I've helped an Asian student who had a communication problem with his professor, and I've helped him out, get him through it. And he was deciding to quit the course and take a year's break, but my help has got him to get back on the course and not take a year's break. So if I can impact one student, I can make sure that I can impact other students' lives as well. Thank you.
Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Miriam.
Hello. I would like to tell for what would make me a good president is that I'm really passionate about this role, and I do have a few leadership skills as well. I believe that being an international student, our university is really popular for accommodating international students on a very large scale. So I can relate to all the problems an international students go through, which makes me, more passionate, like maybe the upcoming students can achieve all those things maybe that I didn't have or people in my time didn't have. Moreover, I've seen past sabbaticals working in Students' Union very closely, and I've seen how they have lobbied for students, and that wanted me to engage with Students' Union more. So that was either electing for NUS delegate or being a student trustee or being a part of student council, that wanted me to listen to more that what students have, to listen to them. That does make me put me in a position where I think I can commute really well with them. I can connect to them. They're I'm easily approachable for them. I know how to lobby for them. Not only just in the university, but on the national level as well. Like we have lobbied for the students in NUS as well. And I believe I can work under pressure, which makes me, I think that I would be suitable for this role, because in my bachelor's I've been taking too much voluntary work, being a student rep, engaging with my lecturers, module leaders, and raising the issues and raising the student issues and voicing them on the higher level. So I've experienced that. I do have that experience.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Miriam. And you were 2 seconds away from my 10-second warning. So well done. You guys are doing a great job with your timings. Good stuff. Kay, last but not least, you've been waiting very patiently. Take us away.
No worries at all. Thanks, Rebecca. So why would I make a good president, or what would make me a good president. I think a president needs to be someone that has experience representing students within the university, and definitely I have that. I've been a student rep within my course in my first year when I started paramedic science back in 2017. I was a school community organizer for 2 years within the school, making change within accommodation so that students could be grouped together for more support. But now I'm actually your vice president community, and I've been making change throughout that. And one of the reasons why I've stood for president this year is that the president needs to be a leader and needs to be able to support this incoming sabbatical team, and having a returning sabbatical would really support the incoming team. Not only that, I'm actually pretty approachable, having worked with students from all backgrounds, from home to international, undergrad to postgrad, and would want to continue that over the next coming year, especially during these times when everything is quite changing all the time. I think some consistency within the Students' Union would be really good for students to see a face that they're familiar with. And with that is that I have those strong connections, but with both staff and students, so that the consistent work that we've continued won't fall to the wayside when the new team comes in, that those relationships are there.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Kay. We do have time for a final question, and we also have time for the 3 candidates who joined us a little late to make up the first question. So what we're going to do is Karthik is going to ask you a 3rd question, and rather than go alphabetically this time, I'm just going to call you on the order on which you appear on my screen. So that, as a heads up, Kay, that does mean you're first, because you're first up on my screen apart from Karthik. So just giving you a bit of a warning there. So Karthik, would you like to ask the final question, and then I will type it in the chat as well for everyone.
Sure, Rebecca. So guys, the last final question is, what about being president makes you the most nervous, and how will you overcome this? I repeat it again. What about being president makes you the most nervous, and how will you overcome this?
Thanks, Karthik. Take us away, Kaylee.
Thanks, Karthik. I think that's a really interesting question. What probably makes me most nervous about becoming president is the change, is that we don't know what's ahead of us, is that we have just spent the last 12 months in a global pandemic where students have been working from home, and I kind of want to support those students in making that easier, and that is something that definitely makes me nerve-wracking. And to overcome this, I think supporting the institution KPI that's looking at blended learning to make studying more flexible for students, so that they aren't just expected to come back to campus. I think it helps. Sorry, that wasn't particularly good.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Kaylee. Next up is Srikar.
Being a president, after being a president, which makes me more nervous, is speaking with lots of people and higher education people, so highest of the department. So it makes me more nervous because it's the first time for everyone who is coming to the post of the president. So, and sometimes I feel very nervous speaking in front of the cameras as well. So that's one of the main reason. And how will I overcome this? So I'll take some classes or make it more practice in front of the mirror, so that I can overcome by taking more and more lectures and classes regarding this. So that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Srikar. Next up is Rhiannon.
Hello. So I think the thing that makes me the most nervous is kind of knowing that you've got so many students relying on you, because you are you are the president of the student union at the end of the day. And I think kind of similar to what Katie said, like it has been such a chaotic year, and I think going into the new academic year there's going to be so many problems that students have faced that they want sorted, and knowing that they're going to look to you, that is a bit nerve-wracking. But I guess the way I would overcome that is, you know, you have got your other sabbatical officers to rely on and, you know, work with, and then you've also got the staff at the student union to, you know, share your concerns with, so you can work collaboratively. And I also think that just actually speaking to other students and like finding out what they want and what they need, that's going to be the best way to overcome that.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Rhiannon. Next up is Miriam.
Can you hear me? I personally think that being a president is such a big role, and with that comes such a big responsibility, because basically you are there to lead a group of other people like vice presidents and students union. So there is a great responsibility that you have to, you know, come up to the expectations of the students, and you're always conscious about doing everything, making any decisions, because some people it might be helpful for them, but some people do not find helpful with the same thing. So you have to keep in mind how to bring everyone together on the same platform. And with me personally, I think that working with such a big role, you know, when you are keep on thinking and you're keep on focusing, sometimes you're not even satisfied with your work, like you want to do even better. So that sense, that mentality, like you just want to keep on doing better and you're not satisfied. But I think with the help of more learning and getting to know things better with the time, a person can overcome this thing by getting more feedback from the students, by engaging with them and keeping in touch with them to know if you're on the right track. That would help.
That's great. Thank you very much, Miriam. Next is Nayan Kumar.
Yeah, hello everyone. The most nervous thing the president at the post of president here, the people face is that to say no to anyone. But I personally my main weakness that I cannot say no to anyone. Hence, also some people have taken undue advantage of it. And also the another thing, this position makes the most people nervous is to take the risk while executing any kind of work. So these are the things which makes us nervous at this position. But to overcome this, people should have a strongest trait for anything or any attention to detail. If they go everything in a detail, and the quality of work they provide to the students, or to the quality of work they provide before the execution of the work and the research they can do. So by this way, they can overcome the nervousness and also can execute the work on time and with a well-planned manner.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Nayan Kumar. Next up is Viraj.
Hi. What makes me more nervous is living up to the expectation of the students and the union. It is a great responsibility, and you are expected to deliver to over 24,000 students, and they are looking up to the union. I believe this can be overcome by actively engaging myself with the students, living amongst them, and listening to their issues and working hard to resolve them. I'm also nervous about communicating about the things that are slightly out of our reach. As the previous candidate mentioned, it is difficult to say no, and also difficult to say I'm sorry, you know, but it is out of our reach. But yeah, I think that is what I'm nervous about.
Thank you very much, Viraj. Next up is Mohammed Saad.
Every single day is different for the sabbatical officer. Being a president, I've got, I don't know like what things are coming up next in the role. So as Viraj just mentioned, we cannot say no to the students. We cannot say that we don't know. and this is the most nervous thing, that you don't know what's coming up next. Every single day is a challenging day, but I believe I can overcome that with the help of the other sabbatical officers. And as mentioned in the previous session, with the mentors who are there to help you, you can ask them and they'll help you out. So that's the unity and the discipline are the keys which can through which I can overcome this nervous thing. Thank you.
Great stuff. And last but not least, waiting very patiently is Mokshash.
Hi. What makes me most nervous about this president post is about the change and the transition that is going to come again, because say, for example, if COVID is going to be, the measures are going to be relaxed down, there's going to be a different kind of a change. And not being aware of what can be done. Sorry, can you hear me back? I'm audible again. Yeah, so what makes me nervous again is how can I, or what changes and what are the steps that I need to take after the new rules or the new measures, that relaxation measures come in. And I believe that with the help of the senior team in the SU committee, with their guidance, I'll be able to overcome this. Nothing else that makes me nervous.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And that concludes the kind of main part of the hustings. Although, like I said, the three candidates who entered late are going to be given the chance to answer the first question. So what I'm going to do is I'll repeat the first question. I will also make a note of it in the chat. And of course, the rules remain the same. So 2 minutes to answer, 10-second warning midway through. So first up is Miriam, just to give you a warning. And the question is, if you were asked by the university to talk about the top 3 issues that students are facing today, what would you tell them?
I believe in such times, in the current times, that the top issues is the first one is the mental health. Honestly, I've seen so many students around me who have suffered through the loss of their loved ones. They have been going through the financial stress, and students find themselves lost. And I think all students, we have been there, we found ourselves. The financial factor is really important because I've been listening and talking to the students about it. In such times, especially the graduates or even the current students or ongoing students, they're finding it really difficult to find jobs. They are paying their tuition fees, their accommodations and everything, but they are struggling to find the jobs. And it's not just for any specific students, it's both home students and international students. They are facing the social anxiety as well, being isolated, and they're not being reached out. I believe it's really important to focus. These are the main areas. And then I've been hearing, especially in our university, they're working a lot. They're working really hard for the BAME students, basically, because there has been this gap between I would say, BAME students and non-BAME students. But the university is working really hard, but that is a genuine issue. For Black, Asians, minorities, there's a issue. That's a problem. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Miriam. Next up, and I'm just going on the order you appear on my screen. Next up is Mohammed Saad.
I would like to cover the 3 main issues, as just Mariam stated. The first one is the mental health and the well-being of the students. In this COVID circumstances, the students are facing many problems, and the top of them is the mental health, which comes through, like if we talk about the second issue, it's the financial problem, and the mental health and the financial problems are somehow connected as well in these circumstances. As the international student, we are sponsored by our parents. In these circumstances, we don't have the international students do not have the jobs, the part-time jobs for the living, and they're like to pay some of their bills, and the mental health is on the top of it. And the third thing is for now is the social distancing. The students are here with some expectations. They've paid a lot of fees in the university and their accommodations and for their living. So they're expecting a lot more. But now the last year has been hit by COVID-19. So this is one of the issue. They're not so social this year, mental health, and the financial problems for the students. That's it. That's all from me. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. And last up is Mokshash.
Yeah, so the three problems, out of which the first one would definitely be the mental health, where students are suffering a lot in different cases. Many students are going through mental health because of the COVID or finances, or not being able to socialize or network with other people, not having enough activities to go out, and not having enough activities to do out. Second one would be finance. Many students are unable to get a job during studies and after studies, or some of them lack the awareness of the opportunities that are available for them. So creating awareness about academic opportunities later after their studies. And third would be not being able to socialize and network, where people want to socialize and network, but due to the circumstances, they're not able to do that. So that would be the third most important one, where people have been asking for it.
Excellent. Thank you very much, everyone. That concludes the formal question session of the hustings. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop the recording now, but if I could ask you just to stay on the call for one more minute, I won't take up too much of your time. So just bear with me while I stop the recording.